Okay, so we're looking at the map here. Which pieces of the puzzle do you still have questions, or have we not talked about?
You haven't really done much with FlexGrid.
Okay, FlexGrid, great. FlexGrid is awesome, and what I'm going to do right now is I'm actually going to click on it, and I'm going to take you to a little map, because this one right here actually is huge and kind of tells the story of what's going on FlexGrid. Why would it be at the top of the map?
Because it goes down to everything?
It does, okay? This is how you add custom pieces. This is how you tie things together. This is how you do additional notes. FlexGrid, it literally can connect to multiple things. I'm going to get my pen out and just have fun for a second, okay? So FlexGrid, you can see how it originally starts here and it cascades down to all of these other little pieces and such. And it's not showing up very much here. Oh, there it is. The green actually hides the pin. So I will change colors. Just a minute. Okay, so technically you can connect any of these pieces to FlexGrid. It's kind of cool. Or you can connect this to this and then back again through FlexGrid. You can make deposits and deposits and deposits be connected together. So it's kind of interesting. You can actually do way more than just a one-to-many going to your different pieces of the puzzle. So why don't you tell me what you know about FlexGrid, Cheryl, and we'll go from there.
I think I remembered that it was a way to journalize things.
Okay, correct. So what we'll call that is a user-maintained history. Because behind the scenes, there's a thing called the system history that automatically happens. Okay, so if I go here to just for a second, and I'm actually home, and I hit product, and I hit Snickers, and I look for its history, and I'm trying to look really quick here. Okay, I have to actually go here. We'll go to full and then history. I wasn't quite far enough. Okay, I basically created the item at this point. Okay, that's a system history. If I wanted to add a piece of FlexGrid to this piece, all I would have to do is hit back. So I'm physically on the item called Snickers, and I say add FlexGrid. Okay. To do a simple history, I need a date and I need a note. What's a good note for just for fun? We're just kind of playing right now.
Maybe we ought to say something like
10 hours?
No, how about if we came back that the box came damaged?
Okay, so I would actually want to go to the specific PO, not to the main item on that particular piece. But that's great. So let's go find a PO that used FlexGrid on it. Watch this. Does that make sense how you would want to go to that PO versus?
Right.
So watch this. I'll come here and I'll say usage. There's also links up here at the top to get into usage. But I'll just click on this one, and I'll kind of find one of my incoming POs. Oh, say it was the Sam's Club PO number 48. Okay, I'll click here, and basically I can then say add new FlexGrid here. Okay, and so basically then I can come down to the bottom and say, hey, the Snickers. Okay, just as a note, and then I hit add the tie-in. So basically what happens is this is the PO number 48. But what happens is at the very bottom of the thing, I now have a new little piece of FlexGrid that was added to it. And so what it does is we just physically documented that story. Like you said, you basically created a little journal on what happens. And then you're basically documenting the story. Does it do this? Does it do this? What happens? That just happened to be the scenario that we just ran right now. Okay, let's go back to FlexGrid, and I'll just show you real quick using if I type in the keyword home, it'll take me right to the FlexGrid homepage. We're going to go right back to this. Let's just talk a little bit more about what else the FlexGrid does. We can document anything we need to on parts, invoices, customers, employees, vendors, etc., etc., etc. We could do a ton of things. So there's three main things that the FlexGrid does. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll down. I'm on the help file right now for the FlexGrid. These are the things that the FlexGrid does right here. Okay? Record a user-maintained history note. Extra details or log notes. We just did that, okay? And you can do that on any one of the 12 major system players. Okay? The next one, record and use one or more of the 15 possible custom fields. So if we needed special fields, this is a great way to kind of create and store that information. And right here, there's no set way to do it. Like if your products are fine and you don't need these custom fields, I wouldn't touch this with a 10-foot pole. But if I get to things and I'm like, oh man, I really wish I could record this. Or say you're buying shirts for your employees. I guarantee you our employees don't have shirt size as one of their fields, but maybe yeah, I need a shirt size for my employees so I know what to get John and Fred and Sally and such. So maybe you would want to do that as a custom field.
So you'd go back to users
Okay,
and
so
then attach it to...
correct. And if I went right to users, it probably wouldn't be set up. Let's do it for just a quick second, okay? So I'm going to go back home, and then I'm going to actually click on users, and let's put my shirt size right here. Brandon Moore, I'm in here. It says add new flex grid tie-in. If I click it, I'm going to skip the top. This is the main. This is any sort of subs if I'm connecting it to other pieces. And this is my admin fields. Right now it says other one. I'm like, I don't really want it under other one. I want it under shirt size. So basically what this message is saying is, hey, you're admin. Why don't you go set them up? So basically I'm in the right spot to do it, but it hasn't been set up yet. Okay? So all I'd have to do is basically say, well, heck, let's go set it up. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll down here. I'm looking right here. Each section tells me the different piece, the player type, okay? So let's find employees. Employee. The first one is under other one. Why don't we change that to shirt size? And if we wanted to, we could just leave it an open entry form, or we could actually make it a drop-down box, which would probably be the best.
Drop-down meaning they only get choices.
You only get certain choices. You can't just hard code the thing.
You either get small, medium, or large.
Correct, yes. So I'm going to say we're going to create our own list and edit that field. So it gives me a little success message up here saying, hey, cool, you're good. So now if I scroll back down again and I come to employee, I'll see shirt sizes. And because I said I wanted to add some subs, I now have the availability to actually click and add on that sub. And so basically we're going to start putting in shirt sizes. These are alphabetical, so let's just go like this. Small. Come back down to the same thing, and I can say add sub. I'm going to show you a little hint here in just a second. Medium. If I hit my back button right here, it basically allows me to be right back in ad mode. And so, kind of cheating real quick. Large. I'm going to hit my back button again. And maybe one more quick one. Okay, so basically here's my little values that I have. And those are the pieces that are going to kind of come up. We have had a request to be able to sort these.
Alphabetically.
Currently what they do is that they do alphabetic. L, M, S, X. They do alphabetic. We've had requests to kind of be able to flip-flop and sort some other stuff. That might be coming later, but currently it's just on the to-do list. So now that it's set up, let's go back to where we were. So I'm going to technically leave the page, the admin set up the managed custom fields in the flex grid. I'm going to go back home, go back to users, click on my name, say add flex grid tie-in, skip back down to the bottom and say, what is your shirt size? I'm a large. Does that make sense how it's now loaded and ready for us? That's one of 15 that we basically would set up. And then I could just, it could literally be as easy as going large, go. Like I don't have to add anything else. Now I'm still back on my Brandon Moore page. If I scroll down, I now have some flex grid pieces here, right here. Shirt size, large. Okay. These are some other payroll stuff that I'm actually assigned to other departments. But basically, this is where you would get to that particular piece of information. So that's another way to use it. You can use custom fields.
And so if you've used one for the employee and two for the payroll, that's 3 total of the 15.
Okay, so this payroll
Right.
stuff, this is actually not even connected to FlexGrid
Okay,
at all.
okay. But the total 15 is wherever you added it, it's 15 total.
Correct. So I
throughout the-
technically only, if you wanted to see it a little simpler, branded more large shirt size.
Okay.
Okay. But I can actually have multiple pieces here if I wanted to in that FlexGrid record. What's another thing that you might want to record for your employees? If you're doing shirt sizes, maybe they needed a cap size or a pant size, like if you wanted to, like technically. Or maybe you could be like,
Birthdays. Is it his birthday, one of your things?
on the actual employee.
Yeah.
Let's actually just check it out. Okay, start date. Nope, I don't have birth date in there.
You might want to have birthday just so you know when their birthday's coming up.
Okay, great. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go Home, FlexGrid, Manage Custom Fields, and I know it's not in there. Like if I scroll down, I only have shirt size, and I would basically say, okay, this is going to actually be under Employee, and it's going to be birth date. Okay, do we want open entry? I would say open entry is fine, and say add field. So now, technically, I have 2 fields in here, okay, shirt size and birth date. One's got a list on it, one's open entry. But now if I actually go back to my employee, to myself, click on Users, Brandon. Now I currently have a piece of FlexGrid, so if I wanted to, I could even come down and say Edit, and attach it to that same piece. Watch this. Click. Birth date.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to show you how old I am. Oh, just kidding. Okay, so now if I scroll down, I now have shirt size, birthday. Okay, does that make sense? Kind of how, like, any new employee, because I now have 2 fields, so if I go to somebody else, say I go up here to the top and I go back to the active list of employees, say I wanted to click on a buddy whose name is Andy, and I say add FlexGrid. If I scroll down to the custom fields, I automatically get 2 options. Okay. The reason I did an edit was I already had a piece of FlexGrid. I could actually add as many as I want, which is another way that you can use FlexGrid, is adding multiple records to the same thing. When did it change? What happened? Or for instance, on a pricing structure, I've seen it very commonly used like, this is my main widget, but I have contract pricing for Jimmy at this price, Fred at this price. And so all of a sudden, this one widget that has a standard price, so if you come and I don't have any relationship with you, you buy it off the shelf, I'm going to charge you $20. But if I have a contract with you, I might have to sell it to you for $15 and you for $12 and you for $13. And like, I'm going to add a bunch of FlexGrid to that particular part number to kind of like, whoa, this one's a little crazy. It's got. But the neat thing is if I use my advanced add to cart feature, so say I pull up this particular piece and then I just scroll down and I say, oh, yeah, Fred, yep, looks like I'm going to sell you for this much amount. Basically, it's able to help track itself through so that you're able to look those pieces back up. So it kind of helps do things. So we've talked about 2 basic things. We said custom fields and user-maintained histories. The other one is actually tying pieces together. Okay, so this is where the person would actually use, they would tie a vendor to an item. Like, so to do custom pricing, why don't we do this, okay, just to show you. Why don't we go to our Snickers bar again, and before we do this, why don't we look up a vendor, like, or our customer, say somebody wants to buy it. We just entered a customer whose name is Mikkel. I have no clue what her ID number is, okay, but I need that in order to tie them so that they know who their buddies is. This actually gets to the buddy level of the FlexGrid, as far as that goes. So I'm going to just type in MAK under customer for Mikkel, search it. Here's Mikkel. Here's her customer ID number. I'm going to copy that, just selected it, copied it to my clipboard, And now basically I'm going to go back to Snickers. So let's click under product, the Snickers. And I'm going to say just the customer view is fine, add a piece of flex grid. I'm going to come down and I'm going to say, hey, just so you know, I have a sub-customer ID number. That's going to tie it to Mikkel, okay? And then I'm going to come down, and she actually gets this for, I can't even remember what the normal price is, but let's say that
87.
she gets this one for 75 cents. Okay, if I add the tie-in, so now basically I'm looking at the Snickers page, but if I scroll down, I now have, here's some special cart favorite buttons, and way down here at the bottom, I have Mikkel Moore. She actually gets it for 75 cents.
So if it's Mikkel and you put Snickers in, it will automatically come up with 75?
No. But it's
Okay.
recorded, so I can then look it up. So basically, here's how I would do that. Say I knew Mikkel was in there, and this is just kind of how it would work. Say I assign a new cart to Mikkel, okay, and then I'm ready. I don't want to do recipes. I actually want to do products, and I want to do Snickers. And I want to go advanced add to cart. So now I'm able to kind of tweak it however I want, and guess what? Here comes Mikkel's information right here.
And so you just would hand write in 75 cents.
Correct. Or you go like this. You don't want to end up having that $ there originally, but you would just copy it, come up here, and you'd be like, okay, Mikkel, I'm going to actually sell you 50 of these things, and your price is this, and I'd have to get rid of that little $ right there, because otherwise it would freak out. As soon as I do my calculations, it automatically said, here's what your total is going to be. Okay? So basically, it's already there, but it doesn't really, it's not smart enough to like, oh, cool, I'll pull that in for you.
Okay.
But basically, that's how I would kind of do a build, and then I would say add it to the cart. Comes in at 75 cents for Mikkel, she's happy, and we walk out, and it's good to go. I just keep on creating the
That's a
invoice.
stomachache afterwards.
That's a lot of Snickers bars, yeah, for sure. Awesome. Any other questions?